Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Sorry to be a little bit late. I was on time actually, and I did jump on the stream. Well, I didn't jump on the stream, but I had some things to do very early this morning, so I just came a few minutes late. So my apologies about that. But we're about to go ahead and get rocking. Give me one moment. Let me get a few other things set up. I'm practically already set up. So let me get these other things going. Fix this. Already set up. All right. Oh, got one more thing to do.
of some of
All right. Perfect. So a few stocks that I'm watching this morning that are already on my hit list. I feel like saying that word today. Hit list, hit list. So let's go to where we at. Still got some time. Market opens up in about 30 minutes, so we still got some time to map out what is in play and what's not in play. Okay, so I'll be looking at Meta today. So a few stocks I'll be taking a look at: Meta, Google, Baba, Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, Apple. Will I be trading all of those? Absolutely not. But those are stocks that I will be going ahead and trying to map out, and we're gonna see which one is gonna be a key player today. So yesterday I did trade AMD. I traded AMD towards the short side. Ended up catching this nice short on AMD. Probably profited well high. I made like 300 and I think $80 on that. And then I did trade after FOMC, just like the one or two contracts. I wasn't trying to be too aggressive. Probably lost like $100 or something like that, and then I closed the day like 255. So good base hit day. I love it. I love to take it. This was just a nice trade. I noticed the resistance right here, and then I had this area that I found on higher time frames. We went ahead and broke through this channel, and then it just went straight down to around 257. I got out at around 261, around there. I should have held for a little bit longer, but it was only going to be an extra $100, so it's okay. I didn't go into heavy contract size these last 3 days of trading. I've just been real moderate with my risk management, just trying to just give myself a better advantage and not trying to over leverage myself when it comes to size. So it's probably gonna be the same case today. Today actually might be a little bit of an active day. So I think with some of the stocks I have on my list, if they do move, and I wait for that confirmation and things set up, then I might, try to, hit like a home run today and go for some big gains. It's a goal, but it's not something that I'm fixated on my mind. Always starting off with one contract and slowly going from there to go ahead and adding contracts and increasing size. But nonetheless, though, this was a great trade on AMD. So let's just get to today because today is a new day. So with today, all right, let's go to. Let's see where we at. Where we at? All right. Okay. Meta. Meta had earnings yesterday, right? Could care less about the reports too much right now. The main gist of Meta is that we fell dramatically. Normally, what I do is I normally play earnings and I short. I love to short up to Meta on earnings. This is not every time, but most times I do catch this short. But I no longer, and I am no longer trading options in terms of earnings. Those things are very it fluctuates your account dramatically. It's kind of like gambling. It's like a hit or miss. You don't know if the stock is going to go up. You don't know if it's going to go down. Sometimes it just channels. Then the next day it sells. So I like knowing the old version of me. even just a few months ago, I would have shorted the freak out of this thing. And I would have made at least like 5K, but I don't want to trade like that no more because it's very inconsistent. It breeds bad habits. So I'm staying clear from that. So going into Meta, I already have some important levels here on Meta, right? And let me fix something here because the pre-market low has changed. All right. This purple box that you are seeing and this other small purple box that you are seeing are important levels. And I'm going to go ahead and identify those to you. But as always, I like to start off with the higher time frames, such as the monthly, weekly, daily. Then I break it down to the 4-hour, 1 hour, so on and so forth. So when we are looking here on Meta on the monthly chart, before earnings came, we've been holding action above the 9 and 20-day moving average. So as we've been holding action, even in this month, you see here with this wick on the bottom of this body candle, we got this push. So this push is insinuating a higher move. But we did have some resistance prior months back, and we were already at all-time highs, close to $800. On the weekly chart, you can see here that before we had this drop, right? We are above the 9 and 20. So a lot of activity was still on a bull case. But now, we had two strong sell candles a few weeks prior. And we can see now in today's current trading session, we're trading under these moving averages. So it does insinuate that possible a further down move. But I want you guys to pay attention to this box that I drew. You see that this box is key support. We double bottomed here two times at least, and then action was even here a few weeks prior. So this box right here is a really important area where buyers can easily step up, right? So we're gonna see how interaction plays in today's trading when it comes to how things happen, if we're going to come back to this range. And if we come back to this range, are we going to break out this range and try to reclaim some losses, which is very well so that can happen. A lot of times that when we do get sell-offs, we get bought right back up because now this is a buying opportunity for investors, okay? So, but at the same time, this can also be a continuation sell-off. So that's why it's important to wait when the market opens and be patient for your positions that you want to take. So going back to the monthly, right? We fell and now we're trading under the 9 EMA. So now we're trading under the 9. And now that we're trading under the 9, will we get a continuation move back down towards, let's just say, 640, 630? There's definitely a possibility that can happen, right? If we look on the daily chart, you can see here a lot of interaction. Look at the wicks, 1, 2, 3. So this channel is a really important area where buyers want to step up. But now this support could now become what? Resistance. So now that this can become resistance, this thing could come up here and then shoot back down, or it could come up here, get inside this channel, break higher, get inside this channel, break down. We need to see how this thing is going to play out. But that's why that's a super important area. Then we have another purple box that I drew here, which this is minor support. That's why it's small anyway. It's minor support, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that as well. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we are very extended for moving averages. We are below the 9, the 20, the 200, the 50-day, and VWAP. We're below all of these moving averages, and also we're selling off. You see strong candles on the sell side. So, it's something to be mindful that we do have a lot of selling taking place when it comes to Meta. But at the same time, this can also be a buying opportunity because think about the stock market, it's kind of like an accordion. It goes back to its moving averages. So this thing can very well be bought back up. And right now we're already in S levels, so we're already at S2, S3, prior S2, S3 levels. So we could easily come back into S3, S2, S1 levels today. We can easily get back into 700 today. Not saying that it will happen, but there's definitely a chance. Now, this is what I'm talking about, key, how this box is key. I'm going to try to expand this screen, so let's try to expand it, right? And now let's take a holistic look at Meta. Look how many points of contact this had on the 4-hour chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this whole area was support. But once again, this area can now be resistance. That's why I drew that box. Where did the top side of this box come from? The top side came from this little wick right here. You see how this candle on July 22nd, we came here, we bounced right off, held, came back inside, and then blasted off all the way up to 784. So that's why I just put an estimate level. These aren't like concrete. It's just estimate from what you see on the chart. I'm just going off information, what I see here. Then where did this box come from? Look how we held support right here in the past on June 5th. Went ahead and bounced up, came back here, bounced. All right, then we split through it a bit, but this is a long to wick, so we're not gonna stress about this one here. And then we came back, and then again, see, and again went ahead, caught this, and moved higher. So this leads to minor support. That's just a minor support area. So right now in the pre-market, this is what we have going on. This thing is selling off, and this minor support could definitely, even though we split through it, and even though we split through this in the pre-market, if we go ahead and reclaim and get above and show action around 680, and then we start to go to 681, 682, now we can go for a bullish move towards the top side. If it is weak, right, then we can still, because there's a high volume candle that's right here at 683, and I'm going to confirm that this thing could go ahead and continue to sell off. All right, so let's go ahead and check the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, still strong sell off, but we are very, very extended, right, from the moving averages. So we could treat this like an accordion where it will probably get back to those moving averages. But I want to say again, probably. The 15-minute chart, on the 15-minute chart, we are, let me see, this is 672.50. I want to be somewhat accurate with my levels. We can see here that this is going to be the channel that we're going to go ahead and play in between. We're going to play in between this channel here, and we're going to play in between this channel down here. If we continue to fall, great. You know what? Then we're going to short it. So I'm not leaning more towards the buy side. I'm not leaning more towards the sell side. I'm leaning on the side that is showing the most activity. All right. So that's the 15-minute chart. Now let me confirm this high volume to level that I have here at 683. So let's see. I'm pretty sure that was accurate, but I always like to double check. All right, yep. So right at this candle, 664,978 shares were traded right at this candle. And there's no other candle that is superseding that to level. So as of right now, I still have I'm gonna have a short case on this, for the simple fact that on the 5-minute and on most other charts, we're below all moving averages. We're below a key level here at 683, a high volume level here. There's also a key level right here at 690.69, right? We're below here. So, and then this support can now be resisted because we broke through this support. So this thing could, it can head lower, right? And if I was to go on other time frames, let's see if there's even levels below this that I need to account for. And there's not really anything below this that I could account for. This thing has already sold off dramatically. Just think about it. We fell from 750 to 670. So whatever that is, about like $80 drop, something $70 drop. That's a huge drop. You know what I mean? So there we go there. All right. I like what I see on Meta. If I was to go ahead and look at the news first, let's see. We got some price targets at 915, 900. This is a good long-term buying opportunity though for Meta. For those who want to go ahead and get in as an investor, I think so. But, full disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. We got Meta is maintained. Okay, I'm trying to see like what main news is on Meta. Meta seeks at least 25 billion from bond offering. Okay. Let's see. Meta price target. Meta Holdings enters strategic partnership with Metaverse. No, wait, AMAZ Holdings enters strategic partnership with Metaverse and Gaming Studio. Okay, to develop Amaze connected 3D storefronts. Okay, this is going back to like the meta world and all that, like the virtual stuff. Okay, Meta stock, no, Nvidia stock. Yeah, so the news here is nothing really crazy. Of course, this is really just based off its earnings, so that's the news. The news is that it had earnings. Did the earnings do good? Did it do bad? I'm pretty sure they gave a good forward guidance, and maybe they missed. I think I saw that they missed a little bit, but there's nothing to really stress out about that one. But it has news, right? It has a catalyst. So Meta it is. I like Meta. We're even trading, below this. So this is very interesting to see on Meta. We have a lot more sellers than we do have buyers at the moment. So once again, Meta has the possibility to also provide a continuation sell-off. When we look at the daily chart, I want to show you guys where Meta is at. Meta is literally at its 200-day moving average. I just want to make that clear. And this is a very important moving average, especially on the daily. So this thing can sell off slightly, but really reverse and come right back up. So something to be mindful of today. The fact that we are below the 200, right? Because this is where price action is at, around 672. This thing also has the potential to go ahead and continue to sell off, but then where is the next point to take some type of support? I would say on the safe side because of recent activity, I would put it right here. So I'm going to put a level here because this was once a resistance point and a key breakout. So we could get to 662 if it does want to continue to follow this sell-off. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I think it was sell off briefly, but I'm not sure if it was sell off just continually. So let's see. We have a level right there, 662.10. So we got that. Going back to the 5-minute. So we're talking about like another 662, $11 drop that could potentially happen on Meta. So we see. We see how this thing plays out. All right. Let me confirm this box a little bit. So let's go back in time. Yeah, nope. We're not looking for this level. I'm just confirming this area, how we had support here, and now we're trading below it. So if we are trading below it, we can get to go ahead and fill this gap and just look how when you go on smaller time frames, you can see where your targets is at. So just look at that. If we continue to fall, we got 662 right here, and price action is right here at 673. So you're talking about an $11 drop. That is, has the potential because we're also trading below this previous support as well. So let's see. We're gonna be patient on the level 2. What I am seeing on Meta is that there are some sellers, a lot more sellers, but we do have buyers that want to step up here. So I'll be mindful of that because we definitely have some buyers that are willing to get in this play. Meta's level 2 is not, it doesn't really show like much activity as other stocks. You really see more action on the level 2 and look at all like the buyers just come and step up. That's why I said to watch out for buyers at the open. But its level 2 shows more activity once market opens. All right, let's expand that. All right, I'm also going to check the order book on Meta. So Meta's order book, it's a lot of support down there. There's a lot of orders at 673, even 672.50. So there is some orders down there, and it seems like, we do got some buyers, a good amount of buyers that could go ahead and push this thing up. There's a lot of orders there, so I think those orders will probably get filled, and it might go higher. It's just a thought. So we're gonna see how this thing plays out, but I do see a lot more buy orders than sell orders, and then we have a large seller at 680. So around 680, sellers could go ahead and go could go ahead and push this thing down because I'm seeing that on the other order book I have here. Alrighty, so Meta is checked off. This will go on my main list, especially because it had earnings. So Meta is on the list for today, for sure. We got a little news. There's no reason not to trade that. Now, next one I want to check is Google, because Google had earnings, and Google did the complete opposite of Meta. So let's go to, let's see, it's the daily chart. Yesterday's high on Google was 275.34. Okay, and I think we're trading above there. Yeah, so we're gonna put these moving averages up here. I'm sorry, those levels up there. Yesterday's low was 267.67. All right, boom. 5-minute chart. All right. So this is the highs and lows of yesterday, right here. And we have superseded that. So we're going to go ahead and mark the highs and lows of the pre-market, highs and lows. I like trading Google after earnings too. It's consistent. It has a flow. So the high is 299.52 in the pre-market. The low is 291.21. Then the next step is to find a high volume candle. Let's see, where are you? All right, boom. We got 1.3 million shares traded right at this candle right here. So we're going to go ahead and put that level right up there. And then let's continue to see if there's another candle that will go ahead and beat that. All right. So this one had 1.3 million shares traded, but we're trading below that. And just look how with Google, we're trading below the moving averages. We went ahead and rolled over the 9 to 20, rolled over VWAP and 50. So we do have some type of turnaround. So sellers are definitely probably going to try to take some profits today too, when we're looking at Google. All right. I think this is basically all-time highs on Google. Man, we are really at all-time highs on damn near every single stock. Yeah, this is just not sustainable. So, yeah, this thing is just going to fall at some point. When this thing falls, it's going to fall so bad. It's probably not going to happen now, but, it's probably going to happen within the next 15, 20 months or so. All right, give me one moment. I'm just pulling up Google on my order book here as well. All right, so we can see here with Google that, let's go on the 4-hour chart real quick. There is some support here at the bottom of the pre-market. I'm trying to see consistent buying. So what I see here with Google is that this area right here and right here did show support. All the way down to pre-market low, we got support. Right? Yeah, so this is, I'm going to go ahead and box this so you guys can see this a little clearer. So this is what I'm talking about. Because we don't have any other to levels at this point in time because we're at all-time highs, so it's kind of easy to map this one out. But just look how we held support right here. Like right from this point. Because in the after hours to yesterday, this was once a resistance. And just look how that previous resistance has now become some type of support. So this is a buy zone. This is a buy zone that needs to be watched out for when we're talking about Google at this point in time. All right. Let me see. I wonder why. Oh yeah, this thing is so far up on the charts. Yeah, because Google's at 299. I can't even see anything on my daily chart right here. It's crazy. All right, so Google really has a bull case behind it for today. If we do stay above this purple box, because just look how we went ahead and came here, bounced up, we got to 299. We was at previous this was previous resistance. Now we're trading up above it. So this is really key to understand here. So let's start with the monthly. Let's go back to that. We've already surged. It's a bull case. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from there. On the weekly, still it's a bull case. So we know it's up higher. On the daily, bull case, bet is up higher. On the 4-hour chart, what we are getting, what we're seeing here is that we're still above all moving averages, 9, 20, 50, 200, of course, right? But we are extended. We're trading at the VWAP, but this is kind of selling off a little bit. Buyers are still here. Why am I saying that? Because look at the wicks below, right? So buyers are still present, still going to try to push this up. But we are definitely at all-time highs. The fact that this is red could lead to some type of downside potential. And then we can see here, though, before this candle, there was a lot of pushing pressure to get this stock higher. So the buyers are still present. As mentioned, I drew this box here for a reason, right? So it's just something to account for. Because this could just be a pullback for more buyers to step up and then push this thing to 300 and more. All right. But I like what I'm seeing here on the 1 hour. You can just see how we kind of even had like a little consolidation. This is a little bit more clear. Just look how the activity was just kind of stuck here a bit, right? Resistance, support, and then obviously support won the battle, went ahead. We had like a little bit of 2 indecision candles right here, but came through, saw through, pushed higher. Once we got to 299, this is a strong sell-off though. The reason why I'm saying that because it's wick and straight body with no buyers. You got a little to wick right here of buyers. So this is kind of a strong candle to me versus what we're talking about. This candle, strong candle as well, but we also had a longer wick in terms of resistance here and also a wick here in terms of the buyers here. So I think we were kind of caught, but the buyers ended up winning this battle. But the sellers really did step up heavily right here. So I like what I'm seeing here as well. I definitely like this one. This is basically an easy easy map out in terms of like what's gonna happen here. We do have a level right here on the 4 hours. So if we do sell off, 283 is a target. So I definitely want to go ahead and highlight this. If I do end up trading this thing, and I say if I end up trading it because Meta eats at a lot of capital when you try to trade. When you try to go ahead and trade that, it eats at so much capital. All right. All right. Market's about to open up in just a few more minutes. So I think we're good on Google. So Google's on my list as well. Meta, Google. A lot of people are gonna be watching these stocks today. All right. What's next? So we got Meta, Google. I wanted to look at Baba, but Baba is it's one of those stocks where meh. I like to say meh to Baba because it literally has to be in play. I don't think Baba's gonna be a bad one though. Kind of don't like that. I do like the drop, but so. On this one, I think there's other ones to watch, but it dropped almost 3.4%. So damn, that's pretty good. I like that. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to. I can hear somebody. put that in the wrong place. Okay. I thought I heard something at my door. Okay, forget it. I'm here. I thought I was gonna have to open up my door real quick. Alrighty, cool. Baba's nice. Like Baba is nice. I like what I'm seeing on to Baba, to be honest with you. I like the percentage down. I like the price that I'm at too on of the Baba. We're at a previous day's low. So let me look around some more. NVIDIA. NVIDIA is good. I feel like AMD. Oh, AMD. No. Yeah, no to AMD today. I feel like we're going to be in chop. I like the fact that we're below the 200, though. I think AMD is going to sell off, man. The reason why I'm saying that is because the sell-off that we had on AMD until yesterday with this red candle, I think we're going to start to roll over a bit on AMD. I'm probably going to watch AMD. Let me see the volume on to Baba. If I can find it. If I can't, it's okay. Yeah, it's going to be AMD, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and map this one out on AMD. AMD. All right, the highs and lows. Let's quickly go ahead and put this market. This is about to open up real soon. 267.08. That's to yesterday's. Hold up. Yes, that is to yesterday's high. Yesterday's low. You're talking 257.40. Boom. All right. This was a key resistance area, and I'm going to highlight that again to ensure that I should keep that there. Pre-market high. Pre-market high is right here. All right, pre-market low down here at 257.99. High volume candle. 929 right there, damn. High volume candle right here at 929. Delete this yellow target, boom. Let's see, is there another candle that can out? Nope, there's no candle that outbeats that candle. So we can see here on the monthly, still a bull case, so we're not really seeing too much, but we are getting a little wick right there, right? So this can lead to some resistance. On the weekly, starting to become indecisive on where we want the next direction to go. There was a level here at 270.06, but we never got there. On the daily, let's go ahead and delete this because this is non-existent at this point. All right, on the daily, now we're starting to be a little bit indecisive on where it wants to go ahead, on what it wants to do next, right? Because we just have wicks with no body. All right, and then if I was to go on the 4-hour chart, what's going on here? On the 4-hour chart, we had extreme points of resistance. Right here, we sold off. Right here, rejection. Then right here, just consolidation. We did go ahead and break through here, but nonetheless, a lot of resistance stays right here up towards around 264, 265. Right. So if we go on the 1 hour, we're going to see this a little bit more cleaner. You see the rejection, you see the resistance, you see the resistance right here. We finally go ahead and break out, but we still chop around every time we come in here. We get a little breakout, and then we sell off, and then this selling takes place again. So that's what happened yesterday. That's what's happening up to right now as well. Then we can see where the support comes from right here on the 1 hour. Right here, some buying, right? So if we go ahead and get below this, right? If we get below 256, then we could go ahead and probably aim for about this 200 at 250. And the reason why I'm saying that is because AMD is overbought. On the 1 hour, we're below the 50. So, yeah, we could probably get this push higher because remember, this is still a buy zone, but this is if it does go short, we could take that ride all the way down there. All right. We're talking about the 4 hour chart. We're rolling over the 9, the 20. Yeah, I really do like AMD as well. So AMD is on the list. Catalyst, no catalyst. We just had Power Speak yesterday, so the markets are going to move based off that. SPY right now, SPY's not really doing much. We're going to map out the highs and lows real quick. But SPY, nonetheless, we still got this push up right here. SPY's trading in between the highs and lows of yesterday's activity. So we're going to figure out what SPY's going to do. But I don't really care what SPY does, honestly. It just gives a picture of the overall market, but it's not something to go ahead and base your trades off of. So Meta, Google, AMD is on my list today. Other stocks I'm not watching. I did like Baba, but Baba could be like a headache to trade sometimes. Right? We still got some continued selling on the Meta. All right. So we're going to watch this one closely. All right. Google starting to fall through. So Meta. Hold on. Google. AMD. I'll be watching Meta right here at the open. Meta might shoot down to the 662. So we're going to see. But as always, play the patient game. Sit back, relax, allow the markets to react. And then we go from there. Markets just opened. Yeah, the push on Meta is there. It filled that gap quickly. But we might stabilize around 650, around 660, we might go ahead and stabilize. Yep, we're starting to get some selling pressure on Google. That one is coming in hot. It's coming in hot there. It's funny because we have a level right here on Google that we got to watch out for. I'm just giving this thing some time, man. Just give it some time. Google. Don't want to rush into anything. Still got a full day's worth of trading. Could be. We are getting the continuation. The continuation selling on Meta. I want to see the daily chart real quick. Yeah, we're trading below the 200, so this is probably going to continue to sell. Yeah, look how we got the 652. Oh, my goodness. I just can't jump in this right now this second. Cannot. Buyers are starting to step up. Buyers starting to step up some more. All right. I'm looking at 2 charts by accident. 2 5-minute charts. All right. I'm about to get into a meta long here. Just gonna give it a little bit more time though. AMD starting to drop. Let's see. 658.32. Okay, the selling looks like it might continue. All right, I'm in long on to Meta. Oh man, my stop just got freaking hit, bro. Damn. That's what I freaking hate. I tried to move my stop and it just got hit. Shit. Yeah, whatever. All right, I'm in long on Meta. I'm trying to fix my stop to 980 actually. There we go. There we go. I'm in on Meta. Taking it long. Trying to see if the buyers are going to continue to go ahead and buy this up. The goal is to take it back to these purple boxes. Unsure if we're going to get there though. Yeah, Meta's going to be a tough one, guys. Yeah, Meta's going to be a tough one. I'm already down 210. I can't force this trade. I got to sit. I already took 2 losses. And Google is selling off badly. I think Google could probably fill this gap to yesterday's low. Okay, we're gonna try Meta one last time, but now I kind of want to be a little bit more patient. Just a little bit more patient because the pullbacks on Meta I don't like. Yeah, let's wait for the next 2-minute candle. Cause I do see the issue with Meta to take it long. Is that we're under 2 moving averages. We're under a key level as well. Okay, 2. All right, I'm back in. I'm back in. All right, I'm gonna set a dollar stop 11.20. So we gotta go to 10.20. So yeah, go to 11.20. 9. That's too much. Yeah, my stop is still gonna get hit. Well, if it gets hit, it gets hit. I think I've tried with this thing already. Yeah, I gotta protect myself, so I gotta put this stop here at 8, and this probably be it, man. I'm probably not gonna trade for the rest of the day. If this trade does not work, then yeah, it's gonna be a quick out. Yeah, bro. Like I see the play on Meta. I see it, but like I said, man, Meta could eat your account, man. So I'm trying to be careful with this thing. But the thing with Meta is that you have to give a good stop. Like I like to give a dollar stop with Meta. You kind of gotta give almost $1.50, $1.50 stop. You know, because I don't think Meta is gonna continue to sell off. Not the way we think, because I'm seeing like the buyers like step in, like I'm seeing them consistently go ahead and jump in. And with Meta, you don't need too many contracts. All right. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, sellers are coming right back in on Meta. They're coming right back. Let's see. Are the bids meeting the ask? Yeah. There we go. Like I said, the goal for me is to take it right within this box like 676. I'm even trying to take it to 680. This thing has the potential to get to 680, man. It does. Cause the buying is there. I've seen this happen plenty of times, man. Okay, we got this move. I think I'm down, what, 200 on the day? Yeah, I'm already down 200 on the day. All right, I like what I'm seeing. If we could get back in pre-market range, right, I'll probably add if this thing continues to win. And then, like I said, just have it tap all of these moving averages. So let's just give it time, let it play out. Google would have been a really good short, but my focus has been to Meta This is the strategy I like to play, that after a strong sell-off, you buy that dip. Before, I would look for a continuation play. Those continuation plays after sell-offs is short to winded. Just look, because we did sell off, but I don't, like I said, I don't think that's going to be the key play today. Yeah, 673 is definitely there. So I kind of want to add. I just don't want to be too impulsive on this ad. A lot of buyers are stepping up on Meta on this order book. But oh yeah, the shorts are coming in. Oh yeah, the shorts came in very aggressive there. Damn. Oh yeah, the shorts came in super aggressive. Sheesh. We might stabilize right here for a little bit of time and then go back up. Just looking at the order book. See, on the 2 minute, this is a 920 trade. You see how we got to the non-moving averages? We got to the non-moving average. We got to the 20 and then rejected. So yeah, this could lead to some more selling. It could. Unsure though. My stop is at 805. So I'm really giving this thing some room. I'm giving it some room. But I think my stop is going to get hit. Yeah. Oof. Yep. Maybe not. Maybe not. Got another 5 minute candle coming. Maybe not. See why they want to add just yet. Ooh, come on. Man, that stop was about to get hit. It was definitely about to get hit. Oh man. But I just believe in my theory, man. Okay. Now this is a good risk to reward, but I'm still not in the green, so I don't want to add to it because this thing can still sell off. Remember, just look at the trend. A lot of moving averages are going against this thing. So even though I'm thinking long, but I'm just thinking long off of just fundamentals, technicals in a way. It's basically oversold. There we go. This is a really good risk to reward. I should add here. So I'm probably going to add. I should add. Because we sold off, but then we went ahead and got right back up top. So let me just get a little bit more confirmation. Because we're at this 665. All right. Yep, I just added. Yeah, I'm not going to add any more. Don't hit my stop. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm in 2 contracts. Like I said, Meta is super volatile. Super volatile. So I'm going to chill. I'm not going to add anything to this. We're going to let this trade go ahead and play out. Even taking it to this 50-day moving average on the 2 minute chart is great profit for me. I like how we're trending upwards. We just need to get through this 20-day moving average. If we could get through this 20-day, which we should be able to get through it, I could lock in some profit. This is another reason why it's important to not just empty out your clips so early. This is another important reason. Because you're going to take losses. You know what I mean? Like, you will take losses. All right. Now, I just kind of have to sit back in this trade. I'm looking at the order book. Buyers are still there. Yeah, just look at the pattern. So just look at the pattern. This is excellent. Excellent. So even on this options chart right here, the goal is to get it to at least 18. Wow. Yeah, like 1855, because we have a moving average right up here. It's hard to see it on my options chart on this bottom screen, but you know, we just gotta hold it at this point. Yeah, bro, it was super close. Super close call on that one, man. It was really about to hit my stop. I was gonna be like, man, that's it. You know, that's it for me. Now I'm just trying to take it to my target. I just want the buyers to get in there and push this thing up. We got some sellers at 670. So the goal is to take it to 670. We even got sellers at 675. So we got some orders up there at 675, 670. See, look at that. I'm already up $300. I'm not gonna sell it yet. Nope. We got this S1 level. We're gonna try to get back into these S levels. Not on this chart. It was another chart, but we're gonna try to even get to this 50 there. We're probably even gonna try to get to 680. Try. I'm gonna say that again. We're gonna try. Still not selling. This was a strong buy candle. So now I want to see a continuation. See that? I'm already up $400. Nice. I'm not taking any profit yet. The buyers are still in play. This is a nice reversal. Just got to sit in the trade. Now, this is what they say. You got to sit in your winning trades for as long as possible. And it's the most uncomfortable feeling. It's the most uncomfortable feeling in the world because the money is right there and you know you are at risk of not getting that money. Because the money's right there. It's right there at my fingertips. It's just a click of a button. But I have to make the most out of this trade. So let's see. Yeah, we keep getting those turnarounds where we get to the moving average and just reject. But if we pay attention to this 2 minute, we're rolling over. Just think about it like this. This is how I'm trying to think about it. We have already rolled over these moving averages on going towards the top side. So we just gotta go ahead and let it play out. Right now, this pullback is just gonna try to shake out people who bought in already. So don't fall for the shakeout. Because we're already above VWAP on the 2 minute. We're above VWAP on the 5 minute. So I am trusting the technicals a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But more so, I'm just understanding market fundamentals. This was once support. So let's see if this is going to be resistance, right? So if we're going to see if this is resistance, let's take it there and let's see if it rejects. So right now, that price is $6.75. So we're looking for an extra $5. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. I'm trying to make this an amazing trade, man. Don't ever let the losses define you, bro. All right, we're at 500. I'm ready at 268 because I did have a $200 loss. Just hold it. The buyers are still in there. We've already pushed price to 672. So let's see if we can push price to around 674, 673. I take partial off around 673 or so. I take some off. So let's cancel one of my orders right here, and let's get ready to sell one. We're almost at 672. Okay, we're struggling to get to 672 though. And then I see why, because on the 2 minute, it's like we're right at that 50. But on the 5 minute, this is not really a strong moving average. It's really not a strong moving average. It's going to get to 672. It should be able to get to 672. Like I said, Meta is extremely strong, so the buyers are getting a little bit weak though. There we go. We were almost there. All right, I'm going to take them to one off. Okay, I got filled on one. I got one contract left. Let's see. I'm trying to see if we could get that push to 672. We keep getting to 671, but struggling. Struggling. All right, let's move my stop to break even. 1170, 1195. Let's move my stop. Oh yeah, this thing is looking weak, man. Seems like we're struggling to get through this 50-day moving average on the 2 minute chart. And sometimes it's like that. But this was a strong volume candle, so the pattern here could be we get a little indecision, a little pullback, and then push up higher right into this. So I'm going to have to be patient. And I'm going to have to be patient. Yeah, on my last video, bro, I did go ahead and break it down. I didn't get too much into the technicals. I kind of went over just thought process, what I'm doing here. I basically just put that in the last video. So definitely, I will be making a video on like my technicals and what I see and how I look at things. I will be making a video on that. I'll probably go ahead and do something like that this week or next week. But that video is more so like a breakdown, like an analysis. This is just like live in action, what I'm doing right now. Like you actually like seeing it like in real life. All right. I feel like Meta is still trying to get to, 672. I'm not going to lie. But the fact that we're struggling here is making me kind of want to almost get out this trade. But we're already above VWAP, man. So it's just like, if I had more contracts, great, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to go ahead and press the gas because I could definitely put in some more contracts in here, but I don't want to go ahead and push the gas like that. Get your money and get out, you know what I mean? If I could get this thing to 673, you're talking about at least a $500 day, $600 day. But the 5 minute and the 2 minutes not really doing much. We're kind of in like a little consolidation period. Okay, buys are starting to step up a little bit. Probably gonna have to wait another like 3 to 4 minutes. So let's see how this thing responds at 671. If we can't break 671, I'm out. Right, we're at 670.58. Looking at time and sales, and now we're struggling to get to 671. Still got a large sell at 675. So I'm trying to see, can we meet those orders up there? Yeah. I'm gonna start getting my hand ready to sell. The longer we stay here, is either we get a push up or a drop. So I'm gonna get my finger ready. Okay, we're at 671. The goal is, can we break through 671 and can we test 672? And you see how we got to 671 and just rejected it? We literally got to 671 and just rejected. So now I'm starting to see otherwise that this thing just doesn't want to really get that push up higher. A large seller just came. Yeah, so this is looking like a give back profit moment. And this is the thing about Meta. This is exactly to what I was saying, is that Meta is really, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Because its upside is beautiful, but the downside, you could lose your profit just like that. I'm still gonna hold it though. The reason why I'm saying that is because we just got above the VWAP, and this is just gonna shake people out. I got one contract, so the worst case scenario is that, I go back to my original loss. That's the worst case scenario, which is like around $200. I'm willing to risk that. If we break 671, I add. This is probably a good ad that's coming in. Not right now because we just had this drop, but this is a decent ad. But I'll be pushing the gas a bit if I do add. You see why I just didn't just go ahead and jump out right there? Because the stock market is always going to try to shake people out. It's always going to try to shake you out, man. Always. Because I would have got out, took that, and it would have ran up, and, I would have been like, oh my gosh, it ran to my, thing. And it probably was going to get there anyway, I just want to see some flow, some more consistency. Let's give that 671 another try. Okay, yeah. Yep. Come on. I might have to hold this for like 20 minutes, man. Because I think we're just going to channel in here for a while. That's what it looks like. All right. The fact that this 2-minute candle just came and kind of split through, it just immediately dropped is something to highlight. Yeah, sellers are trying to step up. Yeah, the bond is weak. So this is gonna be my thesis, man. This thing breaks VWAP, and I say if it breaks 662 and gets to 661, let's say 660, 660. I'm out because it's matter. I have to give this thing space. That's what sucks. So this thing gets to 660, I'm out. The reason why I'm saying that is we're above the VWAP on both time frames. So I just got to hold it. I just have to hold it. I already took profit out. So like I said, the worst that can happen is that I lose my original loss with maybe a little bit extra. Because the sellers, it's like they're selling, but looking at this order book, it's not that, the selling is not that strong anymore. I'm getting an opportunity for an ad. Their buys are starting to step up again. All right. Probably going to be a little risk taker soon. And I might add into this. Because I like the risk to reward. You see how we got back to the VWAP into that yellow level? So I am getting an opportunity there. Some heavy sellers came, but the buyers are stepping up some more. And what you're seeing me do is just manage my risk. That's it. Saw me take profit. I'm managing just one contract. I could add more to the trade, I can. But it's all about managing the trade effectively. Just gonna take time. That's really it. It's just gonna take time. Buys are still here. Once I start to see the buyers step up on this order book here, it's time to add. Because 671 is not a major resistance. It's not. A lot of buying is taking place right here. A lot of buying. But I want the buyers to step up into the ask a little bit. I don't want them to just stay at the bid. If the buyers stay at the bid, then the price is going to keep going down. We're just here to read and react. Read and react. I'm just trying to make the most out of today. I like how we got back into 675. I'm sorry. I like how we got back into 665. 665. Okay. The volume is starting to step up. Buyers are starting to step up. Okay, I added. All right, 11. Nope, don't do that. Go to like 9 or something. 10, there we go. All right. This is it for me today. This is it for me. It's either this trade works or it doesn't. Now the goal is to take it to 672. Getting that break above 671. I added because of the risk to reward. We're at VWAP. We're at this level here, so this is a support area for me. Where then now we can retest this area, and then probably even take it to 675. I have to move my stop on this, so forgive me for showing a bad habit, but it's just because this stock is really, it moves a lot. It moves a lot, so forgive me because that's a bad habit. I have to give it room. See how before I had like $8, I have to make this $9. All right. Come on. Let's do it. We're not asking for much. We're just asking for 675. That's really what I'm asking for, is 675. But that's all right. Trying to see if we get another crack at it. Come on. All right. Seems like we could get into 666. And if that's the case, then we could probably get to 667. If you guys are noticing, the buyers are definitely are more so in control. It's just the sellers have seen the stock drop, so they're gonna have their part in taking on some activity. So this is the waiting period. Time is it? It is currently 7:11 East, the West Coast, 10:11 East Coast time. So there's definitely still some momentum in there. Cause once we get to around like 10:30 East Coast time, 10:45, 11, we start to see reversals, some stagnation, and movement. So movement is definitely still in play right now. Like I said earlier, like if we think about this as an investor, this is a great buying opportunity for many people. So that will push the price higher. So that's my thesis on it. And looking at the order book is confirming that too. We just got to get back into pre-market range. Yeah, the buying activity it's not super weak. It's just we're not getting enough push to get to these levels fast enough. It's like every time this thing goes up, is a large seller that comes in. It's not consistent sellers. It's just large sellers, like legit. It's just a large amount of selling. But if we look at it price wise, we dropped down to what 661, 662. Sorry, and from 662, we to went back up $4. So that shows some consistency there in terms of the buy side. All right, let me sit back, relax, and let this thing just play out. If we break 672 though, oh man, this is a great trade. If we break 672, I just want to see us retest 670. I'll probably take one off at 670, and then I'll leave that one contract to then get me to my 675. If the momentum comes and it pushes straight through 670, then I'm gonna hold two contracts to 671. Then once we get to 671, if we run through that and get to 672, that's an even greater trade. Yeah, that's what I said. Is each time we move up, it's large selling. It's not consistent selling. I'm telling you, it's just large selling. Like we just almost got to 678, 679. I mean 670, 669, 668, and immediate selling just came. But then, but then like the buyers just come in and they push it right back up. So the buyers are definitely in control. Just the sellers just want that edge because of the sell-off that happened overnight. They're not gonna make it easy for you to go ahead and take your money. And then also like the fact that we're holding on to this should warrant an upside move. It should. It should. There's no volume in the markets right now. Yeah. I think we might sell off. I'm looking at the order book. Yeah, we might sell off. See how we're just in this little consolidation? We're just trading in this box. Yeah, this thing might drop now. Okay. Yeah, it's getting close to my stop a little bit, but yeah. Man, this is a fight, man. The buyers and sellers are fighting. This is a fight. You would think that the sellers would be okay with price coming up to about 675. You would think so. But it seems like they're looking for more. Probably gonna try to push it to 660. Yeah, bro, it's just literally stuck here. It's like, just look, it's really just in this channel, and we're waiting for a breakout in either direction. If earnings was not in play, I'd be thinking short. I would short it. But the reason why I'm even thinking long is because I've just seen this play so many times, man. Where like we sell off crazy, and then it gets bought right back up. But then the next few days after that, it sells off. So this is just a strategy, you know what I mean? Like this is just a strategy. It's just you really don't know if it's gonna work, you know? You just don't know that. You hope it works, but you don't know if it's gonna work. But just look, like even like if I was to short sell this thing, I was I would still be frustrated. So I like to go ahead and think about things from like a two-way street. What if I shorted it? My best opportunity for a short was right here. But then now we're stuck here, you know? And we keep bouncing off of this damn level. But now, if you think about it, because I'm going long, is that if we do fall short, we got a lot of space right here. It's a lot of space. So the short side does look better than the long side. It does. But it only looks better if we break below this 662. That's the only way it looks better. But as long as we stay within here, this thing is gonna pop. Because the thing about shorts is that shorts come in quick. They're not slow. Like they're fast. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Yeah, like shorts come in real quick. Buying is slow. When you buy a stock and like you want things to go long, that it's slow. It's not a quick process. But shorts you get real quick selling. Because people just want to get out. But trades like this, man, you sit here for a while. I probably have to sit down here for like another 10 minutes. Let's see, because it's going to be the 10:30 clock back east. So let's see the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart, yeah, so we had this nice candle, but a lot of just a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing on the 1 hour. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the 10-minute chart. Just the 15-minute chart. Okay. I like it, man. We're holding right here on the 15. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot, man. Sorry. This is the 1 hour chart. Yeah, the 1 hour chart, just go ahead and look at it, man. You know, we got a lot of buyers that stepped up and we've just been hanging around here for a while. So it's just going to take for me to be patient and really sit in this trade. Because we got to the 9, now it's just time to get to the 20. And right here in this price action, as I mentioned, this is around 675. I could possibly hold it to 680, but I feel like that's me pushing it, you know. Or maybe I can still. It all depends where I take profit at. Like if we're able to get to 675 or 673, I take profit, and we got enough momentum. If we look at this 2 minute, the 200-day moving average is right there too. So it has the potential. Yeah, bro. Trust me, like shorts is quick as shit. Cause it's basically panic. Everybody panics, and once they panic, it's like everybody's hitting the sell button because you know they notice things are going short. So you just see a quick flush. But when you want things to go up, oh man, because you're waiting for people to feel confident. Should I buy here? Should I buy? Because it's still human interaction. I understand that there's bots and computers that's trading too, but it's still human interaction that's going on right now. You're just seeing human behavior. And more people are thinking the same thing. More people are thinking on the long side. I guarantee you. If we end up going short, it's just a large order. Because each time we went short, it's just large orders. I'm not looking at this level two too much. I'm looking at my other level two. But even on this one, it's just you just see a lot of large orders coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. So we're back above VWAP, but like I said, we are stuck in this box. And just look how important it is when like you find your levels, because I found this level at 662, and then that's pre-market low. So just look how we're just stuck here. A large buyer came, then a large seller followed up, but more consistent buyers followed up after the large buy. But now we had a large seller, but there's no consistent sellers that are following up. So this price might go back up. Might. Nope, sellers are back in. So I said, man, this is a battle. If I do take a loss, I'm okay with this because of how I traded it. So that's the thing. Like, identify your losses and your wins based on how you traded. Like, did you rush into a position? Did you sit to were you patient? Were you willing to get out? Did you set your stop loss areas? You know, try not to move your stop, but depending on the ticker, like stocks like Tesla, Meta, stocks like that, you have to move your you may have to go ahead and move your stop order because they require a larger give because they move by the dollar. Just look at Meta is moving from 664 to 666, from 660 from 670 all the way to 662. So it's moving by the dollars. You know what I mean? It's not moving by just a few cents like other stocks are. Okay, we're back here again. I do think this thing is gonna slip. I'm moving my stop still on to Meta. Just trying to fill my order. But I'm still moving it because I do believe in it, man. Well, I'm gonna have to give up on it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give up on it because now I'm taking a way bigger loss than I need to. But if you see, I still got the stop in there though. I still got the stop there. I'm just moving it. It's a bad habit, so forgive me. This is not something I normally do, but I could literally see what could possibly happen. And this is only because earnings took place yesterday. I would not be doing something like this. Because I knew the selling was going to happen. I knew we were going to go ahead and fold one way or another. But then just look at this on the 2-minute. We just bought from here. Do you really think we're going to sell and break through 650 today? No. I don't think so. With all the buying that took place, I don't think so. Because this was a nice move. So I think we're going to be stagnant here for a little while. Yeah, it is. It is. The market makers, they see my order, like they definitely see my order, so they're gonna try to fill me and try to take those contracts, and then after that, the stock would just leave me. It would just go straight up and leave me, you know. So like I said, this is just experience, man. But I could very well be wrong. Cause like now, if I'm a short, I feel good about this position. If I'm a short, I do feel good about it because we are below VWAP. We're below this yellow level at 662, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people accounted for. But I know there were buyers at 660. So there's probably people who got orders at 660 who want to go long from 660 to 670. That's a $10 move. So allow those orders to get filled. But I am getting to a point on this specific trade where I might need to go ahead and give it up though. Because there's a lot going against it at this point. See, if I was trading shares, my stop would be somewhere down here at 657. But the fact that I'm trading contracts, I don't know where this price point is at. Yeah, I keep moving my stop. I probably should have got all out at that 50. When we struggled to get above 671, I probably should have got all out. Yeah. Yep. A bad move on me. It happens. I've been having a great month, so it happens. I can still come out green today, but a lot of bad habits I implemented today. But like I said, I'm just thinking about it where we went ahead, sold off, and all of this is a buy zone. Like all of this is straight up buying. I'm trying to draw the box here. From here is all buyers. Let's go upwards to 660. Like it's nothing but, well, let's go to right here to this candle. This is all a buy zone. And this is kind of like the similar case that happened with AMD yesterday when it fell. Because when AMD fell, if you remember, I drew that box, and I said, well, I don't think this is gonna. Well, it was the opposite to way around, but I was like, I don't think it wants to go ahead and test that level. And it's the same thing, just on the opposite end when it comes to metal right here. It's like we might test some of these prices here, but nonetheless, this thing is probably gonna continue higher. I don't like the fact that we're below VWAP though. I don't like that. Yeah, because AMD did the same thing. AMD legit did the same exact thing. But this one just looks a little bit more too weak, especially on the order book. It's just we're not getting enough follow through on the buy side. It's like we got it for a little bit, but then it was like non-existent after that. There's a lot of to buyers, like literally right here is a lot of to buyers. But this can easily go to 659 too. Yep, we're about to get to 659. And I know that because I'm still moving this stop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it. Yeah, we're weak. This thing is just weak. Damn. Oh man, we're super weak. Super weak. Shit. Let's go to $7 flat. Yeah, I'm taking a hit. I should have got out. Now this thing is just rushing to wherever I put my stop order at. All right. I'm gonna call it at the loss. Damn. It be like that sometimes. Yeah, cause I can't keep moving my stop like this. Cause the thing about it is that I don't know how much this thing is gonna drop and then reverse. Cause the reversal trade is not working. If anything, that reversal trade should have happened right here. Where as soon as we got to the VWAP held, then we should have had it. But now at this point, it can drop an extra $9. We're probably gonna get back to the VWAP though, so I might not have to take this kind of loss at 745. I probably could take like a $300 loss, and I'm okay with that. $700 is pretty hefty. Mm-hmm. The good part was that I took profit earlier, so that was nice. It gave me a little bit of profit back, gave me about $20. But like I said, this whole thing is a buy zone. This whole entire thing is a buy zone. But the trend is starting to form. The trend is starting to form. So this is I'm not too confident in this play. Because now this thing could test 658, 657. And just look at that. Yeah, the rollover on the 5-minute looks really clean on the 5-minute. Let me see. Yeah. Funny enough, Google did the same thing. Look, Google went back up, starting to just sell off some more again. Did the same thing. So the market is just quiet right now. It's crazy. A trade like this is something I'm going to have to hold for the day. I'm going to have to hold this for the entire day. Call me crazy, but I still think this thing is probably going to test up here. Call me crazy, though. I absolutely think that. Just because of this buy zone. Because this was a massive drop already. And you normally don't see stocks come right back down and go lower like that. You normally don't see that. We might go ahead and stagnate here for a while, for sure. That you will see. It can even be for the whole entire day. But to crack through this low, I'm telling you, I just don't see it. Sellers came right back. Time is it? 10:39. Yeah, so you might get this continuation on the downside, or we're just gonna stagnate here. Damming in for the whole day. I at least wanted it to test this resistance or this support area and show that it's resistance, and I think it will. It just needs to roll over. Let's check the 1 hour chart. So the 1 hour chart, we're still above the low of this candle, so that's good. But we are below VWAP and this yellow level at 662, which is not the best thing in the world. All we need is a 1 hour chart to go green and give this push up to about 673, 672. That's all we need. And with a stock like Meta, it's possible. If this was like AMD or Nvidia, oh, I'm screwed. I wouldn't even play. Trust me, I would not be trading like this if it was those tickers. Just with Meta, because of its high volatility, I'm trading like this. Oh, we said Nvidia too. Unless you got stopped. Nah, I haven't got stopped out on Meta. I'm still in it. Let me see what Nvidia is doing. Ooh, yeah, Nvidia. A lot of things are pretty much just stagnant, man. Look at that. Like, had a nice drop, a nice pull up, but then dropped again. But this is a double bottom. This is a double bottom. So you see, so this is basically what I'm waiting for Meta to do. Just look at what Meta is doing right now. I mean, I'm sorry, not Meta, Nvidia. You see how Nvidia is starting to break above the 50? That's exactly what I'm waiting for this thing to do. Get above the 50 on the 2-minute chart. Once we get above the 50 on the 2-minute, we could head higher at that point and then take it to 675. And then, I'm telling you, man, that 680 is not too far from that point on too. So, yeah, just sitting in it. It's just, the hard part is that you got to sit in chaos. You know what I mean? And remain composed. Like see the market from a bigger picture. Like if I was to go ahead and watch the market from candle by candle by candle by candle, man, I'm gonna lose. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and lose that. You know, but if I could take a bigger look at the market, and then I think the odds are in your favor. Because buyers are starting to step up now. Now the buyers are starting to step up. And sometimes you got to sit in trades for a while, man. So it's like, I remember there was one time I sat in a trade for like, damn, how long did I sit in that trade for? I made a good amount of money. I think I made like almost like $2,000. Um, this was last year's trade. I've had days like that before again, but I remember this trade specifically because I think I waited like freaking an hour and a half, like a whole hour, and they didn't do nothing for an hour and a half, and I was short, and then after an hour and a half it broke. So I'm kind of in a similar case when it comes to this. Like I'm legit in the same case scenario. And look at all that. The buyers are coming in. Look at that. The buyers are coming in. See, when you're trying to make a lot of money, it's like you go through shit like this. And that's okay. I got one of my boys texting me right now. Yeah, normally they join the stream too. I just know that they're pretty too busy. Yeah, man, it's moving now. And this is exactly why I didn't want to go ahead and run out the trade. Because, like I said, this is all buying. Now, we just need consistency, you know what I mean? So we need this thing to keep. But that's why I kind of mentioned, I kind of feel like I'm going to have to hold this thing for the whole trading session. That's how I feel about it. You know, just look at the pattern, just look at the chart. You know, we came down here, like the odds that we sell through this, man, we're gonna just think about it. We this thing has already dropped from 750 all the way to 680. Then dropped to 650. Bro, that's $100 drop. That is $100 drop already. You know what I mean? So with that being $100 drop, we have to reclaim some of those losses. Like we just have to reclaim some of it. So to only go from 650 to about 675, maybe 680, that's not even recouping all the losses. So the market is definitely going to want to recoup some of those losses back. Or the stock, let me not say the market, the stock is going to want to recoup some of these losses. So that's why I'm sitting in this. I'm just putting the logical aspect into it. Sometimes the stock market is not so logical though. So it's that part too. Sometimes it's just not logical. And that's okay. But I like on a 2 minute though, right? We got above the VWAP. There was some rejection right there. But then now we might hold some support a little bit more here, especially at this previous point. We might hold a little bit more support right there. And then we get that pushed to now the 50-day moving average. Then we get some more buyers come in. Then now I'm back into pre-market range. More buyers come in. Then now we get that shoot up to this little box right here. It's just sitting in it is hard. Sitting in it is definitely difficult. And you have to build the tolerance for it. When I first started trading, I didn't have the tolerance. You know, I needed to make money right away. I needed to make money now. It was crazy how I used to trade. But I was new to the market. You know what I mean? I was new. It was a rush. You know, like you treat this money like it's the holy grail, and it's not, you know. Obviously value the money, you know, like protect it. But understand that you put this money into, you put the money into the market for a reason. You know, and the reason you put it in there was to make you some money. So you got to understand that you're probably gonna lose some money too. So play the game the way it should be played, and I promise you, it won't steer you wrong. Like, I could take this loss today, man, and I'm not gonna stress it. It's gonna suck. I'm gonna be like, damn, but there's nothing wrong with my strategy. It just didn't work out to its full potential, and that's it. Because I did get out the red and I got into the plus right on here, but I'm looking for more, and maybe I'm being greedy, but I'm also just looking at the opportunity that this thing can provide. So it's all about perspective. You know, we all see the market a little bit differently, but it's really about perspective. Because in a way, this could have been a false breakdown, you know? And like I said, we're probably just going to stay stagnant here for a little while. Let's look at the order book again on Meta. Man, that's a lot of freaking buyers, man. Telling you, there's a lot of buyers. Like at 661, there's the buyers. Like they're trying to push this thing up, man. So I'm just sitting with the buyers while I'm sitting in the red. It's just I've seen this market do this time and time again. That like by noon or by like the later on in the morning, then that's when we get that turnaround. So I'm kind of just in this little tight spot, you know. But if this thing does what Nvidia is doing right now, you see how on a 2 minute we got above VWAP, and this thing does that, I'll be so happy. I'll be so happy. We just need the momentum to kick in. I'll probably call the stream at 8. I have to get to work at 8:30. I'll post updates on how this trade is going to go. I'm probably going to have to hold this thing for the whole entire day, most likely. But this thing could drop. It could. It's just a lot going on right in here. And they could try to test this area and then bounce or just channel or stay here. But we can see there's a lot of support right here, man. It's a lot of support. A lot of support in this little zone. See how we got that buying activity? And then it kind of just flaked away. Yeah. I kind of don't want to move my stop any more than this. I feel like I got the right stop order at this point. It's just it's like I said, on options, you can't really see where things are. Like if I was trading shares, I would know that this zone is a buy zone. I would know that. So then I would have my stop order set here, but I don't know where my stop order is set. I need my stop order to align with, some type of price action that's going on here. So that's why I said so that's why I said I think I have the right stop loss area, but I'm not sure. We might get some momentum here on the sell side. We're trading under VWAP. There's a lot of things that's just showing, like the sellers are starting to take control. a little bit more. All right. Yeah, we're getting to 657 now. All right. This is it. I'm not moving my stop no more after this, man. We're just going to take this hit. It's all right. I had a great month so far. I just gave back at least half of my month's gains if I take this L, but that's all right. I'm growing a small account on purpose just to show you guys that it's possible because I've done it. And it's gonna be moments like this. Yep, it's gonna be moments like this. It's just starting to give up. I think the buyers are just starting to give up. It's like we had one great move, and then we just never, ever look back again. Yeesh. Well, you've seen it in real time, man. But I'm just being honest with you. Nah, yeah, it's not killing me. Since it's not zero DTE, it's not killing me at all, bro. Because I have it out to tomorrow. If this was zero DTEs, oh man, I would have got smoked. I would have got smoked on this a long time ago. Yeah, but since the expiration doesn't expire till tomorrow, then it still holds a little bit of value. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate today, man. Unfortunate. My trade just didn't work. My trade just did not work, man. I don't think this thing is gonna work. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. I took a hit today. I took a hit. I just can't see this thing coming back up anymore. Can't see it. The sellers won this battle. It's in a buy zone, but now it's like, what is my upside potential? You know, my upside potential now, I could probably hold it till we get back to around 662, and then take a $500 loss instead of a $1,000 loss. But I think this thing is probably just gonna just drop. SPY's dropping, Nvidia's dropping. I'm pretty sure other stocks is dropping. There's only one green screen, and that's the SQQQ, which that's only up because everything else is dropping. So yeah, I'm gonna call it on this one. Yes, I'm gonna take a $1,000 hit today. Happens to the best of us. I'm moving my stop just so I could go ahead and retrace some of these losses back at some point within the day, but the loss will definitely be 1,000. So I'm gonna take this hit. Yeah, bro. I gotta be honest with the process, man. I knew one day on live stream because I've been having some great days, so I knew I was gonna go ahead and show a loss at some point, like a bad loss, and show some bad habits. And this is just me showing that it's not. I'm not exempt, you know. like I'm really not exempt. Like all of us as traders we go through phases like this. This happens to everybody, man. So I'm just moving my stop just because this thing is gonna reverse at some point, and then I could recoup because all of this is just a buy zone, as I mentioned. But oh wow, I think one of my orders got hit. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't get hit because it still says I got 2 contracts. Which is strange. I thought it was 2. But all right. But yeah, I've had a great month, man. I've had a great month. So like I said, I knew at some point, I was gonna get hit with something, and it would be like the last days of the month. But it happens. It happens, brother. Man. But I'm still alive to play the game. That's the most important part. Yeah, man. It's just a part of it, man. Like it doesn't matter if you're a 10-year trader, 20-year trader. We all run into situations like this. We all do. We all run into situations like this, man. You know. I would say that the lesson to take for me, and this is also a lesson for myself. I should have took profit right when I said if this thing is not gonna break 671, I'm out. And we got to 671, and I think I would have gotten out, but I was waiting for 671 and like a quarter. I was waiting for it to give a little bit more than 6, but it got to 671 so quick and dropped that I was like, okay, you know what? I could probably hold it for a little bit still. Probably wasn't, but I should have just got out with that $200, and I probably would have been up at least 200 on the day. Because it was something like Meta, you see how I'm down 1,000. Meta could also make me 1,000, so that's why I went ahead and held on to the trade. I moved my stop because I know that Meta is very volatile, and to break through the opening of the market low is pretty extreme. But at the same time, what I did notice is that we're trading under the 200-day moving average. Oof, and we got a level at 637. So, yeah, you know what I mean? This thing could easily continue its sell-off, especially being under the 200-day moving average. So, we're going to see. I'm still going to hold on to the trade a little bit, like I said, but I'm going to take the loss. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll show you, and then I'll show you, and I'll probably even, if I can, I'll post it today, if I can. But nonetheless, I'll show the proof tomorrow, and I always give a weekly recap on how the week went overall. And this week would be how the month went, how the month of October went for me. So it's looking like I'm giving back some of my gains in a month, but like I said, it's just a part of the journey. You know what I mean? All right, bro. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. If this thing does turn green, I'll be sure to let you know. But the honesty is here, man. So I'm going to catch you, brother. See ya.